softball, then you are going to love the Fastpitch TV show. We're bringing you more interviews, more videos, and more product reviews than anyone else on the planet. Sit back and get ready. Here's the Fastpitch TV show.
Hello, and welcome to the Fastpitch TV show. I'm your host, Gary Leland. Now, if you found our show on Facebook, your Apple TV, or any other video sharing device, I don't care how it was, make sure you do one thing. You check out our website. That's at www.fastpitch.tv. It's not fastpitchtv.com, it's fastpitch.tv. It's the home of the Fastpitch TV network and a place to find all my softball video channels, all my softball blogs, everything I'm doing. At this point in time, we have 7 video channels and 11 blogs on the website. And all of these blogs, video channels, everything is dedicated to one thing and one thing only, and that's Fastpitch softball. Now, I want to take a second to thank Elite Fastpitch. Elite Fastpitch is a partner of the Fastpitch TV show, and I really do appreciate it. Tom Besser is the owner, and he runs one of the largest and most successful pitching schools in the country. Now, he trains windmill pitchers from 8 years old and up, and he's helped several hundred students into colleges around the country, okay? Now, please show Tom some love and check out his website at elitefastpitch.com, and thanks, Tom, for being a partner of the show. Now, earlier this year, I was at Softball Con. It's held in Louisville, Kentucky, and I was actually at the first Softball Con. It was held back in 2011, and I got to tell you one thing. The difference between 2011 and 2012 was humongous, had grown so much. I don't know what's going to happen in 2013, but it was a great convention. You really need to check out their website at softballcon.net. Now, this week I'm going to show you part 2 of Jessica Mendoza's clinic she gave. She gave a great clinic on slapping at Softball Con, and if you've not seen part 1, I'd recommend you go watch that first. Go watch episode 200 first. Then come back and watch this episode, which is actually 201. And I'll bring you part 2 of her clinic right after this word from my sponsor.
Do you need a softball bat? Do you want to save $30? SoftballJunk.com is offering an additional $30 discount off the price of all non-sale softball bats on their website. That's right, $30. So the next time you buy a bat, go to softballjunk.com and enter the code FPTV30 during checkout. And wham! You just put a cool $30 in your pocket.
Now for a harder slap, a power slap. Now the idea with the power slap is to be able to, I'm kind of bouncing back and forth on my outline, so hopefully I get this all wrong. But the idea of the power slap is really to put the defense on their heels. For me personally, I never power slap because I'm a hitter. I'm a hitter first. So the defense is usually on their heels when I'm up to bat. My objective as a left-handed hitter, short gamer, is to either hit and keep them on their heels, drag bunt and make the corners really hate me, or I like to soft slap and make the defense, especially when there's runners on, just really make them confused. And if I can get a soft slap to a middle infielder that's already on their heels, I'm pretty much good to go. So that's for me. So a power slap, though, for a lot of slappers is that fast girl, right? Maybe she wasn't very powerful from the right side, so she switches over to the left side. She's got speed. She's doing a pretty good job with the soft slap, and now she needs a little oomph. So you go into the power slap. Again, hands aren't changing, ideally. They can, but in a perfect world, they're not. All she's doing is now, this is where the beautiful bat technology, right? If I just stick this bat out, this beautiful Xeno bat, right out here. I mean, right, if I put this out here, it's a double in the gap, easy, right? If I hit the sweet spot. So, as a slapper, I can just hit the middle of the ball on the middle of my bat, it's a power slap. As long as I'm not changing anything. And the slap is really about getting to contact. It's not so much about the follow through. I mean, that's, for me as a hitter, I'm all about extension. Extension is where I really get my length, not of just of my swing, but of where I hit the ball. Slapping, just the opposite. I'm all about getting to contact and using my legs, that power, that the stage type explosiveness. Yeah, some of you are falling asleep, I gotcha. That explosiveness is what's creating the momentum. So what I love about slapping is the simplicity of the fact that all I have to do is get to contact, even on a power slap. Now, it doesn't mean I get there and I completely stop. I'll still have a little bit of fall through, but I'm not emphasizing that fall through like I do when I'm hitting. So my slap, I'm gonna break anything. My slap is really, I'm really thinking I'm gonna break it too, is really here. That's the classic slap that we all see that you don't want. The slap that I like to do is more using my momentum, getting to contact, and trying to make sure that I'm point A to point B as quick as possible. Now from there, I'm going to make contact, have maybe a few inches of follow through, but I'm trying to get rid of, to me, the complication of doing a full swing on the run. I mean, again, that's what I love about slapping. If all I have to do, how many of you guys ever grew up playing pepper? Anybody? Thank God. I do this with like kids in clinics now. I'm like, like playing pepper, just get to contact, and they're like, salt and pepper, like, what are you talking about, basically? And I'm literally, that's what I grew up playing pepper. You're waiting for a game, it's a rain delay, we're playing pepper, ideas just to get to contact, just little taps, you don't want to ever hurt anybody. And so that is the whole idea behind the slap. Now, take that pepper, just standing still with your friends or teammates, and now add that explosion of your lower body, and you're going to get exactly what you want. You can have that explosion, hit it on the end, it's a soft slap. You hit it right here, boom. That could literally be a double or triple in the gap without even following through. So why do we even hit, right? I know why we hit. Forget the double or triple, we want the home run. That's why we hit. All right, so I went on a tangent. Sorry. So back to the placement. Then the last is that high trajectory ball. Okay, so we have a soft slap / placement slap that we're aiming for the end of the bat. Then the middle of the bat, which is technology now, boom, it's going to be that hard power slap. Then we have that high trajectory slap. Now, again, contact, we're aiming for the top of the ball. It's nothing too hard. I think for these girls, it's more about just repetition. And it's something that seemed very difficult in the beginning. It was something that I was like, really? Are you serious? Like, that ball's moving 63 miles an hour. It's a curved ball from Monica Abbott, lefty on lefty, and you're telling me to aim for this part of the bat on that ball? Like, you're crazy. It's not so crazy, just like anything, the more you practice it. But again, starting on a tee, focusing on end of the bat, middle, and then top. And knowing what the three of those are for. Once they understand that, again, to go over the high trajectory, the reason why we do that, the obvious reason for most of us, is obviously be able to really use the ground, knowing your infield. That's when we're really trying to move runners, or we're trying to emphasize a lot of times if it is a curve ball, rise ball type pitcher, we're seeing a lot of fly balls, we're seeing a lot of pull off the ball. A lot of times I'll go to the higher trajectory slap to almost overcompensate, to aim for that top of the ball, and maybe I get the middle. I'll see a lot of pitchers that just have that upper motion, even on a curveball, where it's just kind of going up and away from me, or up and in. So I make sure I'm aiming to the top. And ideally, if we can get that high trajectory, it's such a perfect slap, but it's a little bit more difficult. I prefer, out of all of them, the one off the end of the bat. That, to me, is a winner every time, if I can get it. If I can get off the end of the bat, even if the third baseman fields it, like I said, if it's off the end, it's funky. They don't usually want any part of it, especially at the younger age. You get really good third baseman and we'll throw you out, but something definitely to mess with them. And obviously the placement slap, the soft slap, is when you're trying to move runners, you're also trying to pick out a weakness. So if you read the defense for a game, trying to get your slappers to just communicate about that. Asking them questions, getting them to turn on that part of the brain. All right, you're watching them if they're doing a pregame, even if they're just taking infield or outfield. Or you're watching the hitters prior. Okay, who's got the arm? Usually the shortstop, maybe. A lot of times, I like to watch the pitcher. It's always been like totally taboo to short game it ever back to the pitcher. You never punish the pitcher, you never slap it to the pitcher. Sometimes I think totally, especially if she's a lefty, one, Or, I mean, I hate to say it, but a lot of pitchers are uncoordinated. I mean, there's a reason why there's a circle around them. It's like warning. I know those pitchers are and there are, for those pitchers that are here, I can already tell because they're not laughing. They're like, I mean, there are some amazing athletes. I'm not gonna lie. But for the most part, I mean, you can picture them even before they start pitching. You can see which ones they are. Those are the ones I'm gonna pick on. Now, I'm gonna slap it right to her and make it easy, but I'm willing to go around that circle. I'm not so focused every time on getting 5-6 hold. But that's where placement, having that conversation, knowing the defense, even it could be a great third baseman, but she's already thrown the ball away twice, so you can tell she's a little rapid. Super athletic, got a cannon for an arm. She's mental right now. Let's pick on her all day long. I know, I'm cruel, but what's fun about this game? So knowing the defense, I'm totally jumping around. This is more higher level, but as far as being able to kind of implement different things, if they kind of know their drag bunt, they can slap from here, doing a split grip. So being able to split your hands. And this is something I remember, gosh, when I was growing up, you always did it like as a righty or even a lefty when you wanted to hit the ball the right side. So you're guaranteed to hit a ground ball, move the runner. It's more of an old school philosophy, or at least my dad's philosophy. Anything he said was, of course, old school. So there is a split grip that I will see. I don't use it, but what's great about it is, if any of you played third base or can imagine, put yourself in the third baseman's shoes, okay? And a lefty's up. She's a short game. What are you gonna look for to see if she's gonna bunt? It's like the number one thing. This top hand. You're not looking at her feet, you're not looking at anything else. If you're good, if you're really looking, you're gonna be looking for this top hand and see where it goes. So if you split grip, I've talked to so many third basemen, especially when we scrimmage each other, which I think is a great way, by the way, to when you inter-squad within your team, you get all your slappers against your own third baseman. Every time I talk to third basemen, they're like, every time you guys split, I hate it. Because you can do anything you want, but I'm charging. My reaction is just to charge, and then here you come with this, and yeah, granted, I'm not gonna hit the ball over the fence that way, but a split grip allows you to be able to mess with the defense. So I'm able to cut here, I can come back here, and I still get that ground ball. Again, higher level, more advanced stuff, but the beauty about short game, and I feel like where a lot of people don't delve into, is they think slapping is just running from the left side and making contact. There's this whole world out there. So when you're trying to make a decision, first if a certain hitter should be a short gamer, you should switch to the left side, or if she's a power hitter, should you implement that into her game? I feel like definitely do it right. Don't just start with having them run through the box and make contact. Making sure that their footwork is right, that they're square to the plate. Understanding the 3 different types and making sure that they do all 3. They don't have to in a game, but they need to make sure that they power slap, unless they're a really strong hitter. But make sure even then that they learn it, so they know when they're hitting the middle of their bat. Because you never, as a slapper, want to get here if you're trying to soft slap. So you need to know where to avoid when you're not doing it. Making sure that they understand the soft slap, and make sure that they can really pound that ball into the ground when they want to. It takes time, but I think it's the understanding, it's that knowledge being passed to them, so they can really get an idea of what they're getting into. I think what bothers me a lot, and I see this even Division I college, is I'll see lefties that have been switched to the left side in college, and all they're doing is running through the box and trying to make contact. And to me, it just takes away so much from the game of softball. This game is so much more than just a simple run through. That's where I get a lot of the baseball guys, a lot of the baseball friends of mine. It's like, what are they doing? Seriously? They're just like running there and tapping, they look like a little ballerina, and I'm like, yeah, they kind of do. But let me tell you, there's some seriousness to the short game. But it's a matter of doing correctly and knowing that diversity of it.
Have you heard about the great softball coaches clinic that Fastpitch TV is hosting? They have a great lineup of speakers, including softball pitching great Kat Osterman. See all the speakers at www.fastpitch.tv/clinic. I'm sure this clinic's gonna sell out quick, so get your ticket today.
Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed part 2 of Jessica's clinic. Now make sure you come back next week and watch part 3 of her clinic, okay? That's what next week's show will be. Now if you have an iPhone, an iPad, or even an Android phone, you need to get the Fastpitch TV show app today. Just go to your phone's app store, search Fastpitch, and you'll find it. Don't forget to check out our new skills video channel at coacheslook.com. Now it's a great way for high school players to get noticed by college coaches. Well, that's it for today, so until next week, thanks for watching.
This show is a member of the Fastpitch TV network.